Hey guys, I just want to get on here and release one of the dreams that I had a couple weeks ago that God has allowed me or is allowing me to release. That is very important about our future, what's to come, what to expect about our future, and the future has a lot to do with the dream that I had a lot to do with planting our own crops. So in my dream, I remember having where I had these planter boxes in my backyard, and it wasn't just like my family, but there were other families that were. Okay, give me 1 second, okay? Okay. There were other families that were within this community of people planting. So I know for sure we were planting in these planter boxes, and we were doing all these different crops. But I remember vividly that we were planting fruits and vegetables. And there were 3 different families planting in this one area. And then I noticed that I was calling a friend, and I said, hey, don't forget to go to the store and get planter boxes. And she's like, oh, yeah, for sure. I'm definitely going to go grab them. I'm on my way to go get them now. And I remember her saying that they were $75 a piece, and she ended up buying 3. And she was saying she was headed to Home Depot to get these planter boxes. And I paid attention to the timing, because in the dream she was talking to family, and they were talking about getting ready for school. So it was the summer that we were getting ready to planting these gardens. And so I noticed also in the dream switched from us planting as a community. So it was multiple families planting together, getting ready to harvest. And every time we planted seeds, it grew so fast. But we weren't planting in soil, like in the ground. We were planting in planter boxes. And then I noticed the dream shifted, and we ended up where a little girl came up to me. She had bundles of what looked to be like greens in bags. And I noticed her clothing. Her clothing looked like sackcloth, like looked run down, or like as if it wasn't normal clothing like we were wearing now, but it looked beat up, run down, like sackcloth. And it was a little child, and she brought these greens to me. And I was like, hey, honey, what do you need? And she never said anything. I said, do you need me to cook these greens? And she just shook her head, yes. And so I woke up from the dream, and I was sitting and I was talking to God, and I was like, God, what does this dream mean? And he said, when it comes to the planter boxes, you need to prepare to start planting your own food, planting and prepare to eat fruits and vegetables. And the thing is, in order to survive what is ahead in the future or years to come, in order for you to survive, you're going to have to come together as families, or even as communities. So multiple families coming together to farm together to stay alive. Also, he was showing me that there will come a time where there will be a barter system, where we will have to trade things for things. So in the dream, the little girl, when she was giving me when she came to me with the greens, she wasn't giving me the greens. She was giving me the greens to exchange for something else that I had. So God was showing that, 1, we will have to learn to garden. We will have to plant our own fruits, vegetables, in order to stay alive. 2, we will need to come together as community in order to stay alive. 3, we will have a barter system where money will be a thing of the past, but more so we will have to barter in order to stay alive, trade things. And he brought back to my memory the story of Joseph in the book of Genesis in the Bible, and how the 7 years of famine, 7 years of plenty. So the 7 years of plenty, they did all this preparation for the 7 years of famine. And Egypt, Joseph was over Egypt and planning ahead of time. So when it came for the 7 years of famine, people were bartering with Egypt, bringing what they had in order to get grain. They were even selling their land to get things that they needed to eat. So God was just showing, look, there's going to come a time where we're going to be living in the days of Joseph. You need to get prepared for what's to come. We only have so many years of plenty before we have so many years of famine. So make sure you stock up. Make sure you start when it gets warm, when the weather starts to change, start to plant your own seeds. Get your own seeds, get your own gardens prepared, but make sure you have help. Get help. Start looking out for your family members and things. You're going to have to come together. So if you are interested in learning more about what it looks like, it's honestly, we are living the Bible, living out the Bible. And if you want to know what to expect, read Joseph in the book of Genesis. And yeah, y'all, it's time to start gardening. But you all have a blessed day. Have a blessed Saturday. I'm so happy that God allowed me to share this, because I was like, these people need to know these things. This may not be something that we see. Harper, please stop. This year or next year, but it will be something that we'll be seeing soon enough. So I pray that you all have a blessed day. And